Civic EG, like the one I've got here. Basically, he won the race, so we raced each other down a back road, and I actually beat him, but the race was quite close. And that's what first got me to Hondas, because the sound of his car, the look of his car is just, for me, that's what I want my car to look like. So I started looking around for a new car, and I ended up with a white EG, Civic 94 hatchback, 1.5 LSI. I picked it up for a friend of mine, and basically as I drove it around for nearly a year. As I bought it as an EG6 replica, the white wheels, 1.5 engine, manifold, exhaust, stuff like that, minor modifications. And then I took it off road for a little while, so I put carbon fibre spoiler, carbon boot lid, a Tanabe SMR exhaust system, a couple other minor mods, and then unfortunately I crashed the Civic down to my own stupidity, too fast around the corner. So from there I stripped the Civic, and then I bought this one here, which is an EG5, was a 1.6 single cam VTEC, so not yet finished yet, still an ongoing project. Spent a lot of money on the car, for about £10,000 so far, give or take a couple of £100. And to me it's nowhere near finished, probably got a third of the way through the project. I've got all upgraded parts in terms of suspension, like lower control arms, camber arms, tyre bars, full adjustable coilovers, all the upgraded bushes. So to me, all that's left to do now is to fit a roll cage, which I have a half cage, but I want to get a full roll cage, probably an OMP roll cage or maybe a custom cage.
How I got hooked onto Hondas, it probably starts from when my neighbours across the road, they got Civic Type R, the EP version. It must have been when it just came out, because I was quite young at the time, and I was just looking at it and I thought, wow, that is a really nice car. I mean, I want that car when I'm older. Looking at the insurance for the Type R, there was no way that I was going to get insured in that. And if I did get insured in that, it was going to be way too expensive. So I ended up getting the EK. Well, it's actually an EJ. It's 1.4, but I've now got a 1.8 engine. It can match the Type R speed, which is fine with me. I'm going to mod it a bit more, make it a lot more faster. When I first got my car, the parts I would go for would be normally cheap. For instance, I had an induction kit which was from eBay, coilovers from eBay, exhaust from eBay, but as soon as I got my B series engine, that's when I started buying better parts. For instance, the induction kit, got uprated radiator, skunk tube inlet, Maestro coilovers, RSR manifold from Japan. It's just a straight through pipe all the way back to the exhaust.
Started off as a EJ9 1.4. Suspension was put on straight away, Maestro coilovers. And a K20 was put in. Quite a lot of money in that. The respray was done. Got big brake upgrades to put on. Anti-roll bars, jock links, the steering wheel was just put on. There's quite a lot of bits to go on and have been put on. Honda's, it's always just been in my family. I mean, my dad had one, all my uncles had one, and it's always been reliable. And after going on forums, I just see the potential of them and stuck with it. Went on to a Honda. I spend a lot of money and time in this. Probably spend it more on my uni work, which is a bad thing to say, but I do. And I spent probably about 3/4 of my paycheck on this car, so it's quite important.
To me, Honda's a life, and it's different to owning Fiesta, Corsa, something like that. I find the people associated with Hondas tend to know what they're talking about in terms of engine-wise, bodywork-wise, and just general mechanical overhaul of the cars.
I say Honda's probably a big part of my life. It does take a lot of money and a lot of time to get it how you want. I mean, to put this engine into this car was a big hassle. I had to organise a crane, had to organise someone to do it, I had to organise a place to do it, I had to spend a lot of money getting the parts for it, a ridiculous amount of money. I could have bought another car with it, but that's not the point, is it?
Project car means taking your time building it, putting a lot of effort into it, put a lot of money that you can into it, and in the end experiencing the time of your life really on track, and just getting the most out of it.
Yeah, meeting up on Thursdays with a couple of guys who've got Hondas, just having a laugh, having fun. I mean, if it wasn't for my Honda, then there'd be a group of friends that wouldn't be in my life right now, and I consider them like my actual really close mates. So this car, in theory, has brought me closer to people that I wouldn't have known.
I'm on the civiclife.net forum, probably by far the best civic forum that I know. I do go on ek9.org as well, and CTRO. There's quite a few different places to pick up, but I do tend to go to the meets of civic life. It's a bit more sort of my type of people.
Okay, I mean, over the last last decade, Honda's gone from being like a racer show car to more of a clean, fresh look with a good engine. For example, back in the Fast and Furious days, when that movie just came out, the Hondas that you see in that movie are the sort of Hondas that you'll see around your local area, and they'll normally have massive body kits on them, and it would just look like a show car, like a racing car at the time. But now, the look for Hondas is more clean, it's got to look fresh, it's got a really good suspension, it's got a low, good engine, and if you've got all them components, then you're going to have a smashing, great looking car.
Well, it's changed quite a lot. I mean, since the Fast and Furious, everything was about extra wide body kits and underglow neons. But now, I know it's all about track look, I guess, and also the other side, which is low stunt. So it's changed quite a lot, and it seems like people are putting a lot of money into it for track use now.
The whole form and function thing is different to what people think in comparison to other people. Some people think form is something that is undrivable, i.e. mega low to the floor where you can't drive about. Some people see form as something that looks nice, which stands out from the rest. To me, form is something that is a compromise between undrivable and looking nice. For example, a car a couple of inches or an inch or so off the floor that does struggle to get over speed bumps but can get over speed bumps. This comes from the VW scene where everyone used to buy coilovers, or later on in seeing air ride suspension, bought wheels that didn't fit and made fit, like Bentley wheels and stuff like that, onto a VW Golf with adapter plates. A lot of Hondas are coming into that scene now. It did start off as a race scene. There still are a lot of guys in the race scene, but there's a lot of people also in the stunt scene that are going for like magazine features, and obviously they do that by buying a nice clean shell, making it even cleaner, nice parts on it, very expensive wheels, and a good suspension setup in terms of what they want.
Well, when you think of function for a Honda car, you think of more of a track car. Like, you want your engine to be the best it can be. You're going to have stiff coilovers, you're going to have strut races, a roll cage to make your car more rigid, so you're not going to roll over, so you can turn better, better tyres. It's not going to be ridiculously low, so your tyres are going to rub in the arch.
In terms of function, function is what I want to go for, and it's basically every modification on the car is what you want in terms of performance. You don't go for look. You want to be able to race your car, for example, and not have to worry about your car being too low to hit a pothole, to hit a speed bump and damage your car.
So yeah, looks is a bit more of a bigger thing for me. And then I'd say
I'd say I'm building it for track. Everything about it is track minds, but there are a few bits that is athletics really.
So to me, function to me is more important than form, and that's what I would choose.
Do you think you can ever finish your car, or do you think you'll ever have the perfect car?
I don't think ever. It's a never-ending thing, to be honest. Until the day I run out of money, maybe. I don't think I'll ever stop this car. I don't think I'll ever run out of the interest.
I don't think you can ever have a finished or a perfect car. The reason why I think this is because a perfect car is a matter of opinion. You could have a really fast car, which looks really nice, but someone might say it doesn't look good enough. And someone else might say it's not fast enough. And in terms of finishing a car, I think you can finish a car, but to your own expectations. So with me, finishing a car would entail painting all this gold, doing a wire tuck, getting all the bodywork clean, maybe doing a few more mods to make it quicker, and that would be it. But someone else might want to do a whole different thing, so it's a matter of opinion.
But this is the car for me. I don't see myself in a different car. I've had it for probably 18 months now, and I can probably see myself for another 18 years. I don't put so much money into it, and I built it from the ground up. It's my car.
But it takes up quite a lot of my life. But I enjoy it, I enjoy every minute of it.